So this 12 Wishes movie, right? I cannot believe it is, somewhat of a fantasy. Now, a lot of fantasy movies tend to be interesting, at the very least interesting. But this somehow, like, how do they manage it? I honestly have no idea how they manage it. So, I mean, even other similarly, seasonal movies that include fantasy in them. Most do not really, mostly, and but even the others that did tell were more interesting, and it's not about just interesting. It's not just about being interesting. I mean, so queasy. Like how do they manage it? So this thing with wishes, I've only ever seen it in horror movies before. Well, okay, I mean not only maybe, obviously there's the likes of literally there was a reference here with a genie and such, and that generally tends to be, but it tends to have a sort of horror tropey sort of thing, and in this case it was more of a a sort of what happens when relationships are messed with and whatnot, but this was incredible. This really went. I mean, so sure enough, it was superficial at first, but then somehow it was all just. Oh yeah, no, everything is still going to be fine. Oh, look at it. I mean, it's quite something. I mean, it's not like after her wishes somehow she had the worst life ever, but oh no, she totally wants to make the audience think that oh yeah, she suddenly has the worst life ever, as if somehow it's not her that told her friend that she's out of wherever. As if somehow we're supposed to believe that that was the result of supposedly these wishes somehow. Yeah, no. So I mean, most such seasonal movies are incredibly insipid, like this, But most don't have this fantastic element, whereas this one has, and it still somehow manages to be insipid. I don't know how the hell it manages. There were others I've watched, like The Carpenter's Miracle, which actually isn't insipid as it happens. It tries to be somewhat original. It doesn't just push goddamn this word constantly in your face, just constantly. I don't even want to say it. It's such bizarre thing. Even the very fact, the Carpenter's Miracle, there's no mention of that word, whereas all the other movies have mention of this word. Yeah, just yeah. There was another one there, but uh, a slight bit of time travel as well. I think it was it just in time for? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. So just in time for wasn't really as interesting as Carpenter, but it wasn't as insipid as this one though either. No, the fact it had Christopher Lloyd obviously, but it wasn't though, and I mean sure it had somewhat. I mean this one wasn't exactly the most interesting thing ever, but this was seriously insipid in comparison, despite having a fantastic element. This is the point, right? Most others do not, and yet, even when they do not, somehow they can still be not as insipid. But somehow this had fantasy and managed to be insipid. So quite an achievement there. Not sure how they got to it, but yeah, sure, achievement. I have no idea why. For some versions, it was named for dog or something for my dog, when there wasn't a single wish made for the dog, you know. And many of the wishes were so ridiculous. Like, yeah, so first you win the lottery, and then somehow you want jewelry. Like, how about you buy the jewelry with the money? It's so ridiculous, most ridiculous, illogical thing ever. And then all the smiles at the end. Oh, everyone's so miraculously happy, except for the landlord who still has a cold heart. Clearly, at least.